Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Tusculum College on a very historic day in athletics here for Pioneer Nation. Just explain what we're going to be doing. We're going to, with the press conference, introduce our new men's basketball coach. Our athletic director, Coach Doug Jones, will be making some opening comments, introduce our new coach, following which there will be a meet and greet with fans, and also we'll be doing media interviews. Those will be taking place inside Pioneer Arena, which is outside the doors here and to your left. And we'll be doing that in just a little moment. It is now my pleasure to introduce the athletic director at Tusculum College, Mr. Doug Jones.
Good morning. Welcome. As Dom stated, it's an exciting day here for us at Tusculum College in our athletic department. I want to begin by making sure everybody's aware that Dr. Moody sends her apologies for not being able to make it today. She's actually on a school function trip, so she's not able to be with us this morning, but is maybe watching us right now. So she probably watched to make sure I didn't mess anything up here as we go forward. Want to talk a little bit about the process in which we've been through over the last 3 weeks or so. Seems like about 6 months worth of work, very extensive search. The applicant pool in which we dealt with was very, very impressive. And we conducted about 12 different interviews throughout the process, myself and the committee. Then tried to narrow the search down to our top 5 and then get 3 of those 5 on our campus for in-person interviews as well. So a very extensive process. A lot of work went into it, and a very qualified applicant pool. Got this question a lot: what were we looking for in our next basketball coach? And the word that always came to mind for me was a grinder. You know, a guy that's going to show up early, a guy that's going to stay late, a guy that's going to do whatever it takes to make our program better. A guy who could develop talent, who could bring in young kids, and by the time they left here, they were a lot better when they arrived. That's actually the goal that we have for all of our student athletes in the department. We want them to leave Tusculum College better than they did when they arrived, meaning that not just on the floor or on the fields or things of that nature, but they're better prepared for life. So we're looking for a guy of character who could develop young men, make sure they graduate, and that they were productive citizens for us on and off the floor. The guy we've got today comes from a program that has a history of winning. During his time there as an assistant coach, they were 192-82 and competed in multiple championship games, won conference championship, conference tournament championships, and competed in the national tournament as well. And also had established a winning tradition against a lot of teams in our league in which we compete. So that was important. He worked for a legend in our game with Coach Pitts there. And I think if you say Coach Pitts in this region or in the state of Tennessee, everybody knows who he is. Nick and I talked a great deal and about this whole process. And when we first started the interview, I had no expectation that Nick would make it to the point that he did. And that's just being honest. But the more we talked and the way he handled things, I became more intrigued and more intrigued. And so did our committee, which was unanimous in when we decided on who are our final 3 that we would bring on campus. Just a very intelligent young man with a high basketball IQ that's going to bring an exciting style of play, who is about player development, who is a grinder. Recruiting. When I called to set up his interview with him, he was in Chicago at the time. So his work ethic is something that really stood out to me as we had those conversations. And then the night that we finally talked and offered him the job, I said, Nick, you know what people are going to say on the outside. You know, we're hiring a young guy with no head coaching experience per se. Although he does have some experience in running in-game decisions and making those types of things. So there'll be a lot of people that are very skeptical about this hire. I said, but fortunately, You're dealing with a guy that really doesn't care what the people on the outside may question. It's about finding the right fit for Tusculum College and what we're doing. And 20 years ago, somebody took a chance on me with no head coaching experience, per se. And there is no question in my mind that we found the right guy to lead our program. No question about it. And I can't wait to see him get started. He's very aware of what the expectations are here for our program, and he's got a plan to get us there. And it's very exciting to have him with us. I also want to welcome his family. His wife Spencer is here. His mom and dad are here. His sister's here. Mother-in-law's here. And we also have Hudson, who is with us today. Hi, Hudson. He's, I think, about 5 months now, almost 5 months old. The only negative I see is that he has some Nike stuff on, so we're going to have to get him in some Under Armour gear here pretty quickly so we don't mess anything up with our contract there. But we welcome you to our Pioneer family, and you'll be a big part of what Nick does here, and you're always welcome, and we're excited to have you in our community. But at this time, I'm going to let you hear from him. It is my pleasure to introduce the next head men's basketball coach here at Tusculum College, Nick Pasqua.
Thank you all very much for being here. I want to start off by thanking a few people. First, I've got to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus for this opportunity. Without him, I know none of this would be possible. I've got to thank my family, my wife Spencer. Everybody got to see the little man here, Hudson, 5 months old, and has really changed our lives for the better. My family, my mom, dad, sister, who have been all over the country, taking me to AAU games, following me around when I was playing, coming to watching games when I was an assistant coach. So I'm very, very thankful for you all. And my mother-in-law, Sharon, who's been right there every step of the way since me and Spencer got together. I'd also like to thank President Moody, Coach Jones, the search committee, everybody who took a chance on me, like Coach Jones said. He said there'll be a lot of questions about you. And I said I've had a lot of questions about me my whole life. Out of high school, I was 5'11", 135 pounds, so I wasn't your ideal basketball recruit. There's no doubt about that. But through hard work, loving the game, perseverance, I was able to play in college. I have to thank Coach Pitts. Without Coach Pitts, there's no doubt I wouldn't be standing here today. He took a chance on me. I was actually given the assistant coaching job at King right after we got beat in the national tournament. I was 21 years old, had no coaching experience at all, and he let me be his assistant coach, and for the last 9 years has developed me to the point where now I'm ready to be a head coach and to lead my own program. So without him, none of this would be possible either. I'm very excited to be the head coach here. When this opportunity presented itself, I saw the news. We were on our way back. We just got beat in the conference championship game. And on the bus ride back, I talked to Coach Pitts and said, this is something I really want to try and go after. Tusculum has always been a place I looked at and thought it was very special. I was recruited here out of high school, came on a couple campus visits, and I've always wanted to be involved here. And when the opportunity presented itself, I knew I had to do whatever I had to do to try and get the job here. And fortunately, right now I'm standing in front of you. My vision for Tusculum is to have a program that plays hard every night. I want the people who come here to walk away saying those guys play as hard as they can. I think that's the biggest compliment a coach can get about his kids and his program. We're going to play fast. We're going to press. At King, I was the offensive coordinator for 6 years. Those 6 years, we were top 5 in the country in three-point shooting. We had a player that led the country individually. We had a player lead the Division I through Division III in three-point shooting. So we're going to play fast. We're going to shoot a lot of threes, but we're also going to be very structured. We're just not going to play fast and jack shots up that I don't think are good. We're going to have a system, and we're going to stick to it. We're going to recruit to the system. I feel like we've got guys right now that can help us win on the roster. I also know we have to go out and get some good players to compete with LMU and Queens. The SAC has quickly become one of the best conferences in Division II in the country. And I think I can recruit at a level to bring guys in here and develop the guys that are here for us to compete for championships. I want to be involved in the Greenville community. I want people to come to our games. I want the arena in here to be one of the hardest places to play in the country. I want to get our football team at games. I want to get our soccer teams at games. I want it to be a place that nobody wants to come in and play. People are here, the community's here, students are here, and we're going to play a style of basketball that nobody likes to go against. So that's my vision for the program. That's my vision for the arena, what it will look like. Me and my family, right now we're living in Bristol. We want to get down here as soon as we can. We want to be involved in the community. We want the community to be here. We want to be out in the community. So that's very important to us. I'm just excited for this opportunity. I think Tusculum has the facilities. They've got a beautiful campus. I think you're in a great part of the country. I'm an East Tennessee kid from Alcoa. I've been in Bristol for 13 years, but you know, this feels like home to me here, and I plan on being here for a while and developing a great basketball program that's going to compete for championships year in and year out. So thank you very much.
That concludes our press conference today. Thank you again for everyone for coming out. We're going to be, again, meet and greet, come and meet Coach Pasqua and his family. For all the fans who are here and staff. Media, again, we're going to be doing interviews over in Pioneer Arena in just a few moments. So, again, thank you for coming out.